on the shirt. So I learned it some time ago, but I normally say the same thing. You say, well, if you're a chef, your uniform speaks and says that you're a chef, right? So the name is Christopher Brown. What you're going to be doing today, I know you're curious, I would have spoken to your instructor. The aim is, I'm doing a final exam with the American Culinary Federation. This cluster of the exam, I'm supposed to do a video demonstration showcasing fish fabrication and shallow poaching, as well as appropriate accompaniment for the dish. Right? So in looking at the paper, I said, here what I'm going to do. I know that the section of what you cover is prepare food according to specific culture and dietary needs, right? So I said, all right, this is what I'm going to do. For today, we're going to be focusing on that aspect or that cluster of your exam. So we'll be fabricating, filleting these fish according to the ACF standards. We also will be going through some knife cuts. I'm going to show you how to cook this grain. It's actually a seed, but we call it a grain. It's quinoa. That's going to be our starch, and we're going to be doing a butter sauce, not beurre blanc. The beurre blanc is something different. Beurre blanc is more of an emulsified sauce. So if it's not emulsified, then we don't say beurre blanc, we just say butter sauce, right? So I'm going to be utilizing the butter sauce. Have some key ingredients here like my capers, my bay leaf. I'm using pink Himalayan salt, right? It's packed with more minerals. So I'm going to be using this one for today. And I have my secret spice rub here. Don't sniff it. Just let it pass by, right? We're going to be using that as part of the seasoning for the fish, all right? That's good. At the end of the day, I want to tell you what's in it, right? So we have to know that the gastronomy aspect of stuff and everything that we do, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. From your end, I'm going to be asking you a few questions. So what I will do is something like this. I could just scrape away any additional flesh. Seen that?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. These are good for if you want to make some fish cakes or anything like that. So we make sure that the carcass itself, bone, is nice and dry. Alright, there we go. And we get all of that just like that. Alright. So this we're going to put away. Chef, you're going to pack these up for me. Right? But this one we put away for our stock pot. These two, we're going to season these and start working on these. So I will take these two. So I'm going to work on all of this. And give you that as well. There you go. So what we're going to do with these now, we're going to season these up nicely. And then all we're going to do now is prepare our poaching liquid, and then we are good to go on that. Alright, so I'm going to take this out as well. So I just rest them back here for a while. So make sure we try to keep stuff in temperature. So I'll take another flyer from our information. Yes. I'm going to give you this board as well.
Yes, sure.
Alright, yes. Sanitize our station. Sanitize in between each task. Nice and clean. Change my gloves. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to season fish. too light. One fly of one process. It's going to get these dry, get these up nice and ready. Alright, what we're going to do now is I'm going to dry this again. When I was going through, I saw one or two additional scales. You just want to make sure that at the end we don't have any scales lingering on here, right? So we try to remove all of those. Alright, so if you're doing your fabrication, you realize that you see a scale or two, you just make sure that afterwards you check the item properly so there is no scale on there, right? Alright, nice, back right. Go in. What we're going to do now is some salt, not too much. So I'm using, by recipe here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm using a pinch of, or 2 pinch of my blended Mediterranean season. It's got cumin, it's got cardamom, it's got rosemary. They're all grown together. Right. And we're moving fast with this. You want to take this away from chef? We're finished with that now. Just going to get through this green board in right here for me, please. That's done. If we weren't going in the poaching liquid immediately, this will keep on our ice, but I'm going directly in the poaching liquid because we don't want the fish to come out of temperature. And as we know, we want to keep the fish at 41 degrees or below at all times to eliminate the temperature danger zone. Right, so we're going to go directly in our poaching liquid. Right, I'm just going to drop all ingredients in. Today we're doing shallow poaching. We got our bay leaf, we got our lemon juice. Alright. We're gonna come on this side, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. This side. And then we have more beans, we have some pancreas, and we have we're going to allow this to poach nicely. We're going to work, our next ingredients to work, we're going to work on the quinoa. We're going to get that started as well, and then we're going to check you want to take this one. quinoa for today. We're doing quinoa. Let me just talk quickly about the quinoa. So it's a power food, right? We say it contains all the essential amino acids that are needed. So it's a good substitute for persons who don't want to have a lot of starch. So we choose to do this one based on the unit that we're covering for today. So we're working with our quinoa. So for the quinoa for today, we're working with our bay leaf, some fresh thyme, and again I'm going to use some of our Mediterranean spice blend. We're going to get that started, then we're going to work on our vegetables. Once we get the vegetables started, we're going to check the fish that we have poached. You want to line this one up for me now, chef? This one ready? Quinoa, put our ingredients here. Fresh thyme, blend, bay leaf, pinch of salt. That should be working for this one. Here we go. Well, that is working. The flame is coming up for our stock to get ready. We're now going to work on our vegetables for today. So generally we have our 3 containers. We have our waste, as we say, we have our edible trim, and we have what we're working with. So let me go with some carrots. And for today we're going to be doing some medium dice. Alright? And for medium dice, our size is now half in squares. Beautiful. Alright, so as working with any round ingredients, you want to take away the section so it's flat. Going on here. Section from here, and a little here. These are now edible trimmings, so we can put these here to utilize in our cream of carrot soup or in another dish. Right? Square this up nicely. Important that we have uniform sizes when we're doing our veg, because they're going to cook evenly, and as they cook evenly, what's going to happen here now is that we get better crunch, right? All right. Season this up. Little of our spice blend. Only 2 pinch. 2 pinches. And same thing for our salt. Alright. Just allow this to come up to a simmer, and then we're going to put our quinoa. So generally a 1-to-1 ratio is good, or we can do, in this case I'm doing 1 to 1.5. So if you're doing 1 cup quinoa, you would do 1 cup of liquid. In this case, I'm doing a cup to a cup and a half. Right? So just wait this come up, and then we can work that. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to work on blanching. I have some water in here. Put it over here. Right. We're going to blanch these carrots, because we're going to be utilizing these on our plate. If we can add a few more in here. Just add a few more. Just. Alright, how is our fish looking? Alright, nice. Sure. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Nice and uniform.
Yes, sir.
All right. And we go right again. Same will apply, chef. When that is going to come, you're going to blanch our carrots. So the aim is to have everything ready, close to the same time, so we can go ahead and play. The fish we poach first because we want to allow it to sit in the liquid for at least 10 minutes, so it absorbs everything because it's about flavor, right? So we want to do that. So our liquid is ready here for our quinoa, right? I have applied your Fanta water. When you're working, once you do your prep, then you get them off your chopping board into a container. So, like that. So you keep your workstation nice and clean at
Awesome.
beautiful.
Clean as usual.
Clean as you go. Right? So, going over, nice spoon. I'm just going to allow this now to come up to not a rolling boil, right? And I'm going to cover it, and then once it absorbs the liquid, then I'm just going to turn it off and allow it to sit for a while, and then we just run it, right? And we're good to go on that. Let me get my tongue and flip these fish over, but these are poached quite well. Let me have a tongue here, please. Beautiful. And you can smell it. Put this back on, please. Smell the aroma. You can smell the essence from the lemon and from the bay leaf. Come, we're cooking for real. We're cooking for real. Right? You can smell that. Come right in. Come right in. Yeah. That's what you want. When you're poaching, you want to get the essence from the liquid itself. Because if the flavor and everything is not in the liquid, then the fish itself won't have any flavor, right? So we want to get that. Yeah, we're capturing that. The smell of the bay leaf and everything is there, right? So let us go for a few more minutes, and then we're going to turn this off, let it sit. But this is what we're going to use to do our butter sauce, right? And remember, the difference between the butter sauce and the beurre blanc is that?
The most important sauce.
Alright?
They use a different technique, special technique.
Alright, so when you're doing your beurre blanc, you make a reduction using your peppercorn, your bay leaf, and your white wine, and then you bring that down to what we call au sec, right? Or almost dry, and then you turn off and you add your butter. But in this case, we're just going to reduce the remainder of the liquid. We're going to whisk in some butter, and that's going to be our sauce for today, alright? So let's get back to our station, see what else we can do while we await things to get ready. Alright, so our veg is ready to go, right? So these we can start putting away. Don't think we need anything else from here for today, right? We had the garlic in here already and everything, so we go just one thing else I'm going to need from here now is some peppercorn, because I'm going to use that, and I think I might use a little bit more fresh garlic in that sauce. Let me get a little garlic here. The fresh garlic. What is the technique? This one we call the tunnel. Knife goes through like a tunnel, right? So that's our tunnel technique. Now all I want is just some nice dice. We're going to strain the sauce afterwards. I just want some nice fine dice garlic. I'll put dice a little bit more. Beautiful. Knife skills is everything. It's all about the knife skills. It makes a difference.
Yes.
Makes a difference. Yeah. In some kitchen that you will go, you'll find that you see them blend the garlic beforehand. But a point to note as it relates to safety that garlic in oil is a potentially hazardous food, right? So when we add the garlic by itself, that this is okay, but once we add oil, then it now becomes a potentially hazardous food. So while it's okay to do like that, we have to ensure that just barely. We have to ensure that we keep them refrigerated. So this is going to go in our beurre blanc, or butter sauce rather. Yeah, very good. So we have that. These we can put away. We're finished with this. I think maybe even a little pinch in the butter sauce. Let's keep it. Let's keep it. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that. This can go. We're finished with that. This can go. So once you're finished with something on your workstation, what do? We clear it, beautiful, and then we sanitize and we go again. So these are okay. You can take those away. All right. Edible pan remains until we're finished. Our carrots is here. Liquid almost ready. Alright, this pan remains as well, and these remain. So our station is looking nice and clean, right?
Yes,
that's
sir.
what you want. That's what you want. So the carrots going in. We're just gonna blanch those. And generally we would blanch and then we chop them afterwards. Because we're going to be plated right away, we're just going to blanch and then go straight into our saute pot with those, right? Quinoa is working. Let me cover this up. All right. Done. I'll change these. Don't be afraid to change your gloves, wash your hands in between tasks, right? It's always important to change your gloves. Again, we're still concerned about our food costs, right? So we have to make sure that even the gloves, this is so we have the hand tool at $5. Let's put this at $3, right? Alright? So the gloves is still money. So even though we want to use them because we're looking at safety and sanitation, we also have to look at our food costs as well, right? So we're not going to waste, right? I've changed a few because of the tasks that we're doing. But if it's veggie cutting, so you do some carrots, you're going to do pumpkin, no need to change your gloves unless it's soil, or you definitely need to change it, alright? Yeah, but we definitely want to make sure that we are working that, alright? So we're looking good. Fish is almost ready. Carrot is almost ready. Quinoa is doing its thing. Right? We're good to go. We're good to go. The station is nice and clean. Alright. You can take a quick pause. Yeah, good vibes. So, 28. What a good timing, man. Right, so we nice and clean on the station. Now we're going to jump right back into. Right, so now we're going to turn off our fish. Let's just check this one final time. So we're checking for doneness, alright? Right on me. You can see the fish is nice and firm. So we're going to turn this off. allow it just to sit for a few minutes, just to absorb what is happening. Right here. Turn your handles inward. Our carrots ready. So we're just gonna strain this out for me. Be careful. So you're gonna just strain off and put it back the carrots. We're gonna start with our veg. Our quinoa, let's see how we're looking. Aha, it has absorbed all the liquid, right? People. Turn off on the edge and let it rest. Turn it off there. We're just gonna give the quinoa just a few minutes now just to absorb the. So what happens is every grain, right? It have a certain amount of liquid that it can absorb for it reaches viscosity. Just like with rice. You know, generally in Jamaica, we say, boy, my hand swell rice. But scientifically, it's not your hand that swells the rice.
It's the water
it's the
that
amount.
absorbs, yeah.
Yes, right? So you'll find that some rice will absorb more. So in this case, thank you very much. In this case, the quinoa here has absorbed, and we're just going to leave for a little while, then we're going to fluff it, and we're good to go with that. But we're going to saute our carrot, we're going to finish our butter sauce, and then we're going to go right to plating. That's where we're at. Alright? The fancy garnish we can need to work on, right? Without wasting anything. Alright? So what I'm doing, I just want to use the, and I'm going for the segments. Going for the segments. Going for the segments. I remember I was working on the Disney Cruise Line, and I was working in the fine dine Italian restaurant, and we had, each day we would do the lemon segments to put on the seafood dishes. Lovely. So you want to take off this white section here. You want to take these off. This is not disposable now, because this, we dry these out. Just take out the center, take out this white section here, and we dry these out, and we can do this into powders, right? Recently I gave someone a recipe with these same limes, the skin. And what we do is so I'm just gonna rest them right here. I'm gonna get me a container for that. You clean one of the ramekins from there, I can put these in. Yeah. And what you do, you just have your spice grinder, you grind them out into nice little powders. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, this go right in here. Except for that can go. But these we're gonna keep to do something else. Since this is my garnish tray, I'm just gonna drop this right in here. Maybe about 2 of these. In the meantime, chef, you want to light that flame for me? We're going to saute our carrots. Right. So when you're doing your, whether it's lime, lemon, orange, Martinique, ensure there's no seed if you're going to use it like this for garnish, alright? You take out all the seeds, so it's like that. So I think I've used, it's about 3. So I have 1, 2 already. I think I need 1 more. 3 all day, right? Beautiful. That's going to be my garnish. This for the edible. You good? Get my rag. Fire is ready. Sanitize away. Table is good. Alright. Sanitation is the order of the day. You know what? We are like this. Get my pot. We are like the one ply of Panther, please. We're like the control points to the doctors, you know that? Yes. Because we feed people, right? So if you give somebody food that has been contaminated, then chances are we're gonna send them to the hospital, right? Yes. So we are control points, right? Very, very serious business. Right? So for my carrots, I'm going to be using a small amount of butter, a little bit of our Mediterranean spice here, a pinch of garlic, a little fresh thyme, just to get some flavor nice in. You want to come here, chef? You're going to work this pot today, right? So you go ahead and pour the pot and put a little pinch of fresh thyme, and you're going to smell the aroma as we do this, right? Yeah, we're cooking for it. A little pinch of that. garlic, a pinch. It's all about layers of flavor. This way. Go. Finish with this. It's going to work with this way. And then what I'm going to do with this finish it now is just add just going to give it a nice little nutty flavor. Garlic, then with cumin, oregano. So we cook. Right? So now we can remove our fish and we're going to make our butter sauce. Right? So your carrots ready. You could go a little bit more if you want to get a little more caramelization on there to release some additional sugars we could. I think we're good here based on the delicateness of the dish. We can start right here. We're going to this out. We're going to bring this one in. We're going to remove the fish from here. Remove the stems. And we're going to get started. That one goes back to here, please. Gentle when you're doing this. If we need to use a spatula, then we can. Yeah, it's pretty firm, so I'll use this one. But here, so it keeps warm, we can also pop it inside the oven. Alright, so I'm going to crank this up because I want this to reduce fast. All this goes to the dishwasher. Alright, so let it reduce. I want some additional flavor, so I'm going to add a little bit more garlic. Oh yeah. Fresh thyme. It's about a pinch. Here. I'm going to finish with some capers. I'm going to add some capers, add a nice layer of the salt, tanginess, and then at this stage we have just a what I'm going to do from here now is we're just going to turn it off and then we're just going to allow the heat, the residual heat to melt the butter outside. Alright, so then we're going to taste just to make sure that everything is where we want them to be. Alright? So I'm going to go with one piece at a time. Let's do two. So if we had left the heat on, then the butter would separate. We don't want it to separate, right? Yes. There's enough heat in the pot and in the burner to do the melting for us. All right. Nice. And it would be okay to serve this as is because I mean for some persons if it's like a roasted sauce you're doing then you could have a little of the garlic in there, but we want the sauce to be nice and smooth, so we're going to strain it out. So the result from our beurre blanc would be similar to this. As we had said earlier, it's a technique. Yeah, that's a little bit different, right? So So there should be no separation. Notice there's no flame. That's what we're going for. From here, we take this from the heat because it remains on the heat. It's going to continue to cook, and then it's going to separate, all right? And we don't want that to happen. So I'm taking it off, and I'm just going to rest it. So we have 3 components here now. So from here now, we're going to move fast. So we use a fork and not a spoon to fluff this one up, all right? All our components here so we can get a view of what we have. Alright. So we have our poached fish, shallow poached fish, or sauteed vegetable, right? We got our butter sauce and we got our quinoa, right? Beautiful stuff. So what we're going to do now is we're going to taste to make sure everything is okay. And then we're gonna go right ahead and ensure that we plate. Even though the recipes we know are spot on, then but we still want to make sure with any final tasting just to make sure that everything is okay. Alright? Pause. I want us to get the uniqueness of the quinoa by itself. We're going to taste the dish together, but we just want us to taste just the quinoa. So we can dive in. So it's not like, it's almost like Olga. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have that al dente. Al dente. So that's what you want it. You don't want it to be overcooked where it tastes soft and like that. Right? And you can always impart additional flavors as you want into the dish. Right? I want us to taste this first. We're going to plate the entire thing up and then we're going to do another round of tasting. So I just want to rest these over here in the meantime. Keep your forks. Keep your forks. Right? You keep your forks, so we're going to taste the entire dish. Alright. Let's do some plating. So we're going to start with going down. So for this we could do mold, right? So we could go here and then fill the mold. So in plating, you also always want to get some aesthetics in it, yeah?
Yes, sir.
That's important. It's still firm enough to give you that nice al dente, but it's still got enough moisture in it where you can get to do something like this with it as well, right? If it doesn't hold all the way up, you don't have to worry, right? Then we're going to go now with our carrots. Get these in. I want to get these on the outside. Right. So always about nice high appeal when you're plating. We know the flavor is there. So now it's just about final execution. Yes, and aesthetic. You can put them in the center. We ain't wasting nothing. Alright? gonna put both pieces. One. It breaks a little, it's alright. We still get some height. Two. I'm gonna go right on top with the capers and then just allow some of the sauces to run all over the side. For garnish, we're going to finish this now with fried colored leaf. I'm going to use this one. And our there we have it. We could do additionally, if we want to put some additional sauce in a ramen and put it on the side, we could do that as well. If we wanted to add maybe some zucchini to the dish, we could add some zucchinis. But the key is that we're looking at is we want to ensure that there is uniformity in the cuts, right? The quinoa, the structure of it is good. The fish is nicely poached, nice and firm, and the sauce holds up perfectly, so it's not separated and running all over. Alright, so we're going to dive into this right together. We're going to give this a taste just to make sure that everything is where it is supposed to be. Alright, so everyone, final thing we're going to do now, we're going to say a big Jamaican hello to whoever is gonna be marking this video, right? From all of us here, we want to say hello. Beautiful. That's it. All right. Let's dive into this now. You can stop. Right. That's it. Yeah, that's the couscous. Is a little bland. I think that up. But let's taste everything together and see where we are. I think I like carrot.
Sir, fish should be fish nice.
Yeah.
Look at them tiny.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So I love the fish.
And it was just done for demonstration. Not really season it up like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. But it's what we use that makes a difference.
Season.
Yeah. It's what we use that makes a difference.